Joseph Gordon-Levitt is finally back in a brand new Amazon Prime movie coming this week, which is called 7,500. Is it worth your time? Let's check it out. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new movie review. If you guys are new here, consider hitting that like and subscribe button if you enjoy early movie reviews, geeky content on a daily basis. I love discussing all sorts of that stuff over here, and I want to discuss it with you guys. So again, hit that like and subscribe button, comment down below, and let me know your guys' thoughts on this movie. You guys excited for it? Are you not? Let's talk about it. 7,500 is about a pilot's aircraft who's hijacked by terrorists. This is a German independent thriller, which Amazon Studios decided to buy and throw onto their Prime network. And of course, it stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who... why is this guy not acting anymore? I think he's one of the best actors out there, and I loved his directorial debut. So, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, if you're watching this, please start directing more. Please act in more. I miss you, man, out there in the world. And definitely talking about 7,500, I can discuss this. He is incredible in this film. He is great. This is a very self-contained thriller. One that I was not expecting. It's very low budget, and... I think the thing that I actually really appreciate about this movie, in fact, is the way that it's shot. If you guys remember movies like Locke with Tom Hardy or Buried with Ryan Reynolds, how they all take place in one scenario, that is how 7,500 is. It takes place all in the cockpit of the airplane. And it's really unique to say the least, and that's how. And you see so many different perspectives, all from Joseph Gordon-Levitt being the pilot, and as he's flying this airplane, terrorists start trying to hijack the plane. They're obviously locked in this cockpit. You see in a monitor what's going on behind it, how they're killing off passengers. It's very intense, to say the least, and that is what I will go as far as say this is a very engaging film. It keeps you on the edge of your seat, especially in the first 40 minutes. You are locked into what is going on, and it's hard to, like, the tension is just ramping up with everything that's going about, and a lot of this is because of Joseph Gordon-Levitt's performance and the stuff that he has to deal with. You see the stress that is going through his body. You see the inducing nerve-wracking experiences that he's having to deal with throughout this whole entire scenario, and it's absolutely brilliant, the performance that he's able to give in here. And again, the way this film is shot gives you that claustrophobic feeling, all centered in one tiny room as you're just trying to get this plane somewhere, save these passengers, and do everything that you can from the comfort of this one room. It should be the safest place in the airplane, but it's not. It's the most intense job that you could possibly have, and again, it keeps for a very B feeling, but also fun action thriller that really, again, engages you and keeps you on the edge of your seat for the first 40 minutes, to say the least. But this is not just a 40-minute movie. This is an hour and a half. And while I think director Patrick Vollrath, who I've never seen anything from what I understand, this might be his first directorial debut for a feature film, he does a really good job, again, building that tension, keeping you on the edge of your seat, and all the things like that for the first 40 minutes. After 40 minutes of the film, it is an hour and a half, the film starts to drag considerably badly. And I think this is a movie that would have benefited from being 20 minutes shorter. Now, the film would have been barely even a feature film, but I think that's okay. There are things in here where this film definitely is more of a contained thriller, and it's edge of your seat. It looks beautiful. It's great performances, but... well, a great performance from Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because he is the main outcome of this. It's really all from his perspective. But this direction I give major props for. I just think when it comes down to a writing and a pacing thing, I think that's where this film really falters. Because after the first 40 minutes, an event happens in here that really changes the rest of the dynamic of the story, and it becomes less faster paced. It becomes less thrilling. It's actually really slow. And it becomes a little bit repetitive, to the point where you're just sitting there like, oh, okay, let's get to the end of this. And it just started dragging for me, where I'm just sitting there going, this was really entertaining, and it still is, but it just feels the same that I've seen all the time before. That's what 7,500 is. It does feel the same as other thrillers that you've seen before, even though it is different in that self-contained nature in the way that it's filmed. Again, that is absolutely the best thing about this movie when it comes down to it, especially when it comes down to Joseph Gordon-Levitt's performance as well, which, please, my dude, please start acting more. I need you to. Alright, give you my final thoughts on 7,500. Make sure again to comment down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Are you guys excited for this one? Are you not? Let's discuss it down below, guys, as well as hit that like and subscribe button for all sorts of geeky content like this over here on a daily basis. Head on over to Augenschein Films on how to see films early, and of course, just a big thank you to you and a big thank you to my Patreon supporters, because without you, I wouldn't be able to do this. 7,500 is not a terrible movie by any means. It's still a really good movie, one that engages you and keeps you locked in for the first 40 minutes at most. After that, though, I think it is going to have a considerably pacing issues that drags down the story quite a bit. It's not terrible by any means, those last 30 minutes. It's just very repetitive in what it's trying to get about, and I feel like there could have been something more intriguing that you could have added into there. But given that, though, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is great in this role. I want to see him acting more, and I'm curious to see what this director does next, because I could see the potential in here. It's shot great, and again, the tension is really built in there. I love these self-contained worlds, say like Locke or even Buried. They're kind of a nice little gimmick to see, and I think this film pulled it off for the most part pretty well, but the pacing really was the main downfall for this film. So all that said, I'm going to give 7,500 a C+. To be honest, I don't know if it's called 7,500 or 7,500, whatever you want to call it. I think that's the title. That's what I said it as. Thank you guys again so much for clicking on this video. You guys are seriously all the best. Make sure again hit that like and subscribe on your way out. Comment down below, let me know your guys' thoughts, and of course, until next time, stay classy.